Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display, daydeal.com's own YouTube channel. We're going product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of Monaco metal cases for the Motorola Droid Pro. Now these metal cases are made of 100% aluminum, and they also have a thin layer of foam lined on the inside, and that's actually specifically for the purposes of protecting your phone from getting scratched up, as well as adding some extra cushion should your phone drop inside the case. And of course we hope that doesn't happen to you, but that's the reason why it's there. Now we have reviewed Monaco metal cases in the past for other devices, and we always highly recommend them, purely based on the fact that we think they're very stylish, they're very cool, and they are essentially a throwback to an older generation of cell phone accessories as well as phones, where aluminum cases were actually quite the norm, not the plastic as well as thermoplastic, polyurethane, silicone, and rubber you see today. Now we want to mention that because the Droid Pro is a candy bar shaped phone, these Monaco metal cases are actually pretty well made for it, and we think, to be honest with you, that this is really a top contender for one of those cases or top accessories for the Droid Pro out as it stands. Now unfortunately the Droid Pro doesn't really have that many accessories out for it right now, so competition isn't that fierce, but if you're really kind of caught between deciding what to get for your phone, we would think that these Monaco metal cases are something you definitely should consider. We think they're that cool, or at least just give it a once over, because they're definitely head turners if you have them on your phone. Now the metal cases come in two different finishes. One is that black aluminum that you see on the left hand side, which we will be using today because we think it's really cool looking, as well as the more standard silver aluminum finish, what most people associate with an aluminum case. That's for the traditionalists out there. Now the metal cases don't come with any other accessories other than a belt clip attachment, what you see right here. And because this is a Monaco case, Monaco is known for including these universal belt clips with all of their metal cases and certain other leather cases as well. So you can actually go ahead and interchange this belt clip on the fly with other Monaco products you may have, and that's always kind of cool, because one day you will eventually outlive your phone, or I should say well, yeah, that's the right term. You're going to outlive your phone, you're going to outlive the accessory that comes with your phone, but you know, the case may be no longer of any use for you, but this belt clip attachment is, because if you happen to get a new phone, you get a new Monaco product, you can go ahead and switch the belt clip on there, and vice versa, etc., stuff like that. And that's just go, you know, prolongs the life of the accessory, is our summary of that. So let's go ahead and get started. Pretty straightforward stuff. We have a display version of the Motorola Droid Pro today. Unfortunately, we do not have the live phone, but this is the official display model, and we can guarantee you folks it's going to look exactly the same on this as it would on the live unit. Now using the metal case cannot be simpler. It just has this little latch design on the left hand side right here. You just go and pop that open and open it up like a book, and you're just going to go and slide the phone in the center right there, close it shut, and that is it. Now the nice thing about this latch is that because it's made of aluminum, it's actually quite flexible. You can go ahead and bend the latch inward just a little bit to make it a lot tighter. It has a tighter fit, a tighter, I guess, a grip on the phone, I should say. If you want it a little bit looser, all you have to do is just go and bend it out in the opposite direction, and there you go, it's actually a lot looser. Now this is good for people who like using docks or cradles, because you can kind of switch the intensity of how hard the case is grabbing onto your phone, I should say, on the fly. So if you're going to be at the office a lot, taking your phone in and out, you know, etc., getting in and out of your chair, so to speak, and going short distances, you can go and loosen the grip on the case and make it easier for you to take with you. If you're going to be traveling outside, or you're just going a long distance away from a desk, or anywhere safe, I should say, go ahead and tighten that latch all the way in, and it's actually very, very sturdy, as you can hear right there, and I'll show you that right now. So a very cool design, if we do say so ourselves. So I'm going to go and line up the Droid Pro in the center like this, close that latch shut, and that is it. The case is now installed on the phone. So let's go and give you a quick 360 tour and show you how this all works out. Due to the Droid Pro's candy bar design, this case almost fits like a glove on it, as you can see right here. Very, very nice fit. Looks very cool as well. It's a play-through case, meaning that your Droid Pro is completely usable while it's inside the case. You don't have to take it out to access any of the phone's functions. Now the keyboard in front is pretty self-explanatory. You have access to that. If you're wondering if there's any lip that's created from the case that's going to protect the keyboard, there is. There's a small protrusion on the bottom all around the keyboard itself, but there's a huge protrusion all around the screen area that you can see right there. Now if I give you an angled shot like this, you will notice that the screen is very far from the lip itself, and this is a good thing for two reasons. One, you can go ahead and use your own screen protector with the Droid Pro without any issues whatsoever, regardless of how thick it is. I do know some people out there like using InvisiShield brand of screen protectors, which are these really thick, high quality screen protectors for the device. You can actually go and slap it on there and no issues whatsoever fitting with the case, because that girth or that distance from the screen to the case itself is huge. And the second thing is for protective reasons. Obviously, if the lip is that much away from the screen itself, and it is that huge, which it is, as you can see from this shot right here, if you happen to rest your phone on its face, it's going to be more than up and away from any surface you're resting it on. And more importantly, if you happen to drop the phone, it's going to be really, really protected, because that lip is going to take all of that impact, and we would see no reason why anything should get to the surface of the screen unless it's this tiny little pebble that happens to fall in the exposed area, and that is it. Let's go and move on to the top and show you the openings for the case all around as well. Hopefully the camera can autofocus. There we go. So there's an opening for the 3.5mm jack on the top, as well as the power button. Moving on to the side, a volume up and down button, as well as the USB port. No surprises there. Moving on to the other side, a opening for the camera button. Bottom, a little opening for the microphone that you see right there as well. And moving on to the rear, opening for the rear speaker, as well as the camera and the LED flash. And that is pretty much it for the Monaco metal case for the Motorola Droid Pro. Now this is the base case itself. I'm going to go ahead and attach the belt clip to it and show you how that looks. Now the belt clip comes in two pieces. It comes with this little sprocket piece that you do screw on. Remember, this is a universal design, meaning that you don't actually just have to use it with this case alone. If you have another Monaco product, it will fit on there as well that has that same little hole on the back of it. Once you screw on the nub, it's going to look like this, and you can go and attach this belt clip to it. It's very easy to do so. Just go and snap it on like so whenever you need to. It rotates freely, so you can go and angle it in a position that is comfortable for you. And we do want to mention that Monaco uses an exceptionally well-made, well-crafted belt clip. We always like talking about it whenever possible, because it uses a very sturdy metal hinge. With a metal hinge belt clip, you can be very abusive to the hinge itself without worrying about it breaking. What we mean by that is that you can go and slide the phone onto a clip or a belt, for example, slide it off like that, force it off if you have to, and it's never ever going to damage that hinge. If you've ever had a spring hinge or a plastic hinge, those do wear out over time if you're very abusive with them. The springs get uncoiled, for example, or they bend out of shape and then they pop out, and therefore your belt clip is no longer usable. With a plastic hinge, they wear out over time. They start shredding. I guess you could say you start seeing little dust filaments of plastic all around the hinge itself. They get looser and looser, and then one day they ultimately fail. But with a metal hinge like that, it's extremely sturdy. When you see it in person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to last the test of time. It's really kind of like an alligator clip, the ones that you would see on the top of really huge stacks of documents, for example. It's the same exact thing. Very, very sturdy stuff. And we always commend Monaco whenever we talk about this belt clip, because we love it. Excuse me for one minute. So once you're done with the belt clip, you no longer need to use it. Just go and press this little release button latch right there. That just slides it right off. Just go and unscrew the nub, and you go back to the original metal case, and that is it. Now, if there's any criticisms of the Monaco metal case for the Motorola Droid Pro, there's only one, but it is rather large, so we do have to mention it. Remember that this is an aluminum case, and aluminum, and I hope I'm getting this term right, it's a very thermal conductive material. I googled that, so I'm hoping that's right. In any case, what that means is that you know, if you happen to leave this case in the sun just for a little bit, it's going to get pretty hot. If you leave it in the sun for a long time, it's going to get unbearably hot, and you will not be able to pick up your phone. As a matter of fact, you might even have a minor burn if you pick up the case. The same thing goes in extremely cold environments as well. The case may frost on you, and that's not a good thing. So keep that in mind. Try to keep it out of extremes, and you're going to be a-okay. We think it's a great case. We think it's a very protective cover. It looks very cool, and that is it. The Monaco metal case for the Motorola Droid Pro. Check it out on our own website, www.daydeal.com, as well as other accessories we have for the Motorola Droid Pro at the time being. And of course, keep following us on our YouTube channel, Day Deal on Display, for more product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Thanks so much for watching.